Staci Wallace here, and we are here with another Warrior DNA training tonight. Topic is 3 keys to closing the sale. I'm going to let it fill up just a little bit while we've got some folks that are following. And tonight, I'm real excited because I have a number of folks that are saying, Staci, I've been trying to build my business. I've been doing this now for 90 days, or I've been doing it for 3 years. And my challenge is I can share the process, but it's closing the sale that seems to be where I hit the roadblock. And so tonight we're going to talk about that. How do you close more deals? Some people don't have a problem talking to people. They just hit that brick wall when it comes to actually asking for the check or asking for the sale. So we're going to actually cover a 3-step process that you should go through every single time that you're closing the sale. So I'm just going to be watching here and talking to you guys, and I'm glad that you guys are popping in. It's awesome. I'm going to set this down here, but I really want to let you guys know that moving forward, we've got a lot of people that watch Warrior DNA, and you're from all different backgrounds, all different businesses. And one of the things that I absolutely love is that you watch this because you want to get tips how to go to the next level. Many of you know that I feel so blessed to have been able to do what I do, to build the networks into the hundreds of thousands that I've done, to go through ups. I've gone through some great downs. I was sharing with a team last night. We had a great meeting and lots of people, and 25 people sign up over our meeting, and that was a huge closing ratio for us because we made some adjustments to our closing process. I want to show you a couple of those concepts. Methods are many, principles are few. Methods change, principles never do. So it doesn't matter what company you're with. The methods, you've got to always be tweaking your methods because we change. The generation has changed. The things people like has changed. The type of marketing, branding, it's always changing. So it's important for you not to say, well, this is the way we've always done it. If you're not getting the results you want, doing the same thing over and over again is what? It's insanity. Hey, Kristen, love that you're there. Had a great talk with Kristen. She is a rock star that is doing, oh my goodness, I see my mom on here. Hi, Mom. You're awesome. That is so stinking cool. Are you praying for me? Because things are going really well, and that means that you must be praying. My mom is moving to Texas. You guys might have seen my video there about that. But that was a whole closing the sale deal, I got to tell you right there. Well, here's what we're going to do over the next few minutes. Hey, Lisa, see you guys are popping in. Over the course of the last, I would say since I was 18, so 29 years, I have, really even before that, really when I was 16 years old, so over 30 years, my father and my mom, I'm glad my mom's watching, the pablum formula of my teens forward that they had me raise up on and be nourished on was the formula of great faith teachers and Zig Ziglar. And I can tell you that my library, and I have just a crazy amount of books and that in my library, but this is just a small segment, very small segment of all of the Zig Ziglar books that I have consumed over the years and read them over and over again. And of course, you guys know I got to travel with Zig for 12 years, training and speaking. I was looking at one of our sales programs, of course, the Born to Win program, the sales programs that we used to teach. And I'm so passionate about this area because I believe we are always in a state of selling, no matter what you do. Even if you're in full-time ministry, if you're a nonprofit leader, it is so important to understand how to sell your concept, sell your idea, sell your products. Today I'm going to talk to you about what you're really selling. A lot of people think they're selling nutritionals, and you're not. A lot of people think that they're selling services, and you're not. A lot of people think that they're selling an idea about a nonprofit fundraiser, and you're not. And tonight we're going to talk about real quickly, what are you selling and how do you get more people to say yes? Now, on another training, we're going to talk about overcoming objections, but quickly I want to take you through a 3-step process. Talking about Zig Ziglar, he wrote the foreword on my book, Mission Possible. And this book now, I wrote it, just so blessed at all the people that have gotten it over the years. It was a bestseller at one time. And, to be able to have a foreword by somebody like Zig Ziglar means it went through the process of him challenging me to make sure that it was what it needed to be before it went to press. Now, we give this book away free now. All you have to do is pay shipping on it and handling, and we'll send this to you for free. You can just message me if you want to get a copy of that. And really, the process that he took me through, the first day I showed him the manuscript, he didn't even look at it. And he pushed it back to me and he said, Staci, I know it's good, but I bet it can be better. And he pushed it back across without even reading. He says, I want you to rewrite it. And I did. I went back and of course I was thinking, he didn't even look at it. I can't believe it. But I went back and I went through all the manuscript and I challenged myself. What could I do better? Well, I took it back to him a few months later and I gave it to him again. And this time he kind of flipped through the manuscript. And as he was looking at some of the stories and examples, he looked at me and he said, Staci, facts tell, stories sell. And he said, you got a lot of stories in here. But do you know the author of the story? Do you know the people you're talking about? It's one thing to tell a story. It's another thing to know the people in the story you're talking about. And I challenge you to dig deeper. Well, what he did, by the third time that I got it back to him, he ended up agreeing to write the foreword on my book, because together we put together what was a 28-day challenge for you to unleash your full potential. It is a faith-based book. It's like a devotional for business leaders to help you be your best. And so in that, there was a process that he helped me understand. And my husband had learned this process in sales many, many years ago. We're going to look at it. It's called Discover, Design, Deliver. Discover, Design, Deliver. And when we look at this, the first thing is, it's important for you to know, no matter what you're selling, the sales is a process. It's not an event. It's not about getting the check. It's not about getting people on your 90-day fitness challenge. It's not getting people to switch over your services. That is an event within the process. But sales is a process that actually starts the moment a prospect becomes a potential prospect for you. So whether it is that you've gotten them on an online marketing system, whether you've talked to them on Facebook, whether it's through a private message, whether it's somebody that you've seen at church, the process begins the moment the prospect becomes a prospect. So you do some type of peaking tool or gain their interest. Well, then what happens? Well, it's a very important. The other day, I had somebody that called me and said, Staci, I want you to, I want to get you for some coaching, private coaching. And I asked, what are you looking for? They said, I'm really good at giving my presentation, but I hit a brick wall when it comes to the closing process. Now, this person happened to be somebody who sold Salad Master. Great company, great product. And they said, I just really want to engage you as a coach. And so I said, well, what I'll need to do, I need to see your whole process, which meant she had to cook me dinner, right? So little smart on me, right? So I said, I need to see your whole program. I see what you do. So she comes over and she cooks this full dinner, which was amazing. Food was amazing. Her sales process was amazing. Every single sales process has a little bit of a gimmick or something that they do to make you go, wow. So she went through the whole process. And then when she sat down to the sales process, I began to realize I know what she's missing. And I saw the hole. And so the minute I said I'm not interested, she looked at me and she said, oh shoot, this is where I'm not good. This is where I need your help. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to look at that process and talk about what are you really doing when it comes to sales. Well, number one, discover. What does that mean? When you discover that this is a process, not an event, what you're doing is you're asking questions. Now, this is also for anybody, if you're in sales, you need to be good at life coaching. Because if you'll realize that you're not creating sales, you're creating relationships, it's a process. I've had people literally in my funnel for years and years and years. And it's just a matter of continuing to create the relationship till the timing is right for them to say yes. So I never believe that there's a no. It's always a not now, or now's not the moment, or it's not that I'm not interested. It's just that I need more information. All of those things, it's a process. So really, if you have a challenge with people telling you no, that's one of the things you need to catch, is that there's no such thing as no, right? It's just a part of the process. When you discover, here's what you're doing in the discovery process. You're looking for their pain point. You're looking for what it is that they're searching for in their life, right? So let's take through the Salad Master example. This person happened to come in and they just immediately were going through their normal sales strategy. And I stopped her at one point and I said, and they had this form that you fill out, who cooks most in the house and who buys your groceries. And so that was part of their discovery process. But the minute we got past that paper, it was like, I'm just going to go into my presentation. And the presentation was so locked down, there was no room for discovery. In other words, sometimes you just need to stop. Let's say you're selling nutritional products and you know what you need to say. Seek to understand, not be understood. This is an important part of the sales process. Seek to understand, not to be understood. This is also part of coaching. Why is that important? Because you want to ask questions. You want them to tell you what's their pain point, right? So for me, let's just say, for example, my pain point is not the fact that I need new pots and pans. The pain point for me might be that I don't understand why my kids are tired. Well, I'm looking for what is that thing in that person's life that I can become the solution for. So the discovery process, when you discover, you're asking questions. You're looking for their pain. Maybe they look healthy. Maybe they look fit. So you're looking, do they need more energy? Do they need more nutrition? Do they need more rest? You're looking in your arsenal of products that you sell. Ask the right questions so you can figure out what is their pain point. It might not be any of those. It might be that, I can't afford to pay $999 for your package, or I can't afford to get a new phone or new phone service. Then you've got to think, what's the pain point? Money, right? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. So the second thing is to design, and this is discover, design, deliver. In your presentation, if you've listened and you've caught the pain point, instead of just saying, here's my presentation, I'm going to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, in your presentation, you want to speak to their pain point. You want to speak to what it is they're looking for most. So again, let's just say they're looking to lose weight. You're going to intertwine the thought of losing weight, discover, design, because what you're doing is you're not giving a presentation, you're designing a solution. Let me say it again. You're not giving a presentation, you're designing a solution. Discover, design, and then deliver. Now, deliver is when you're starting to go into, I'm going to ask for the sale, right? How do you deliver that most important message at the end that leads you up to, okay, number one, they're either going to be a customer, or number two, they're going to become a business partner. I'm talking about network marketing, direct sales now. Well, you want to give them options. So when you look at it and you're talking about the deliver, here is where it's very important that you don't talk about shovels or bulldozers, but you talk about holes. Now, what do I mean by that? We're not selling products, we're not selling nutritionals, we're not selling shovels or services, we're selling the whole or the value of what those can create. In other words, we're selling solutions. We're selling the value, the lifestyle, the product of the product, right? If you stay focused on shovels, if you stay focused on products, if you stay focused on the thing you're selling and not the benefit that the thing can bring that family, you're going to hit resistance. And that's why it's so important to discover, design, and deliver. Now, we're going to go into this more. I could take forever to talk about this. I'm tapping into all of those years of traveling with Zig Ziglar that we could just go on and on and on. But I want to cover this last part. Discover, design, deliver, because it's always a process of closing the sale. You're closing the sale from the minute you're in front of that person, the minute you connect with them online. It is part of this closing process. But here's the bonus. Here's what that gal was missing that day. If they say that, then what? Okay, this is called double down. Making sure that you just don't have one thing to offer, right? So here, for example, Salad Master, let's go back to that. They have a $12,000 package, they have a $5,000 package, and then it can break down into smaller packages. You want to make sure that you have options when you're closing. So for example, with my business, it's ACN, we sell essential services. It's very important that, it's free. No one has to pay a penny to get involved. You don't have to pay a penny to be a customer. So here's my if that, then what, okay? So if I get to the end and I'm telling them not only about the fact that you can switch over your essential services like Dish, DirecTV, and all of those, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, and we're going to try to help you save on every single one of those. We're going to show you how to get free mobile service. But watch this. That's one thing, but I also want them as a business partner. So I say, hey, you can become a business partner for $4.99. Well, what if they say, I don't have $4.99? I can't start my own e-commerce store like that. And I would say to them, well, really? So you don't have $499 of disposable income right now? No, man, I'm crazy in debt. I would then go down the path of saying, how does that feel? I mean, at your age, would you like to never have to say that again? I mean, because for me, this isn't about me starting you a business. It's about me helping you to get past that point, right? So thinking, what's his pain point? His pain point isn't that he's paying too much on Dish, although that would help if we could help him save money. The pain point is, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm not making the money I want to make. So I'm going to speak to his pain point. Now, at the end of the day, if he doesn't have that money, I'm going to come back. If he says that, then what? I'm going to come back. I'm going to move away from the $12,000 Salad Master package to what he can do right now. You know what? Maybe you can't do the $4.99 right now, but let's do this. Let's go ahead and get you started today saving some money on your essential services. Let's help you share it with 5 people. Get free mobile service. It's going to put about $100, $200 a month back into your family budget. And let's see what we can do to start changing you right where you are. Now, for you, that might be nutritionals. You might say, you know what, maybe you can't do the business package, but let's get you started right now, getting on your way to better health and nutrition. See, in closing the sale, it starts from the beginning. You're listening the whole time to really what is their pain point. Discover their pain point, design a solution, deliver value that they just have to have in their life, and then double down, make sure you've got options. I hope this helps you. Looking forward to do more of these. I'm going to pull out a lot of our sales strategies, prospecting strategies as we move forward with Warrior DNA. I love you guys. Remember, now is the time. This is the place. You are the ones to help us make life better for many. We'll see you Sunday live at 5.